I put out mixtapes for the sole reason of I'm going to give you all these different styles of me, right?
Yeah.
And I put them out in the public, and the public would tell me what they like.
Yeah.
So they would flock towards different songs, and they'd be like, that's the one I like. And then that's how I kind of gauge what I'm going to give them next time. And I give them more of that, and then I start seeing, okay, this is what they really like. So it was more of a consumer type of thing where I was more caring about what the consumer wanted. And nowadays I do the same thing, you know. It was a very entrepreneurial thing for a young, 17-year-old kid to be doing, to start off selling mixtapes to an audience and taking the profit that you made and putting it back into your own company, pressing up more, going back again and doing it again over and over, and then growing that user base to where eventually you had thousands of fans that you're serving.
Where were you selling them? Were you selling them at shows or
everywhere? Out of the trunk.
Yeah.
To retail stores for a wholesale price.
Okay.
And then I built up a clientele of retail owners that I had like a long list on paper at the time, where you could just go through this book and it's just everybody's phone numbers, their addresses, and I would call them up and ask them how many CDs you want.
Right.
And a lot of times the amount that they wanted was dependent on how many people were coming into the store asking for the CD. Now this is a hard thing for a lot of people to do, but I had such a knowledge of online marketing and viral marketing and stuff like that just from studying. No matter what you're doing, the quality of what you're doing, the content itself is so important. Like, people forget that. You can say whatever about how much marketing you put behind something, how many dollars you put behind it, how many people you have on the staff. The people ultimately have to like it.
Yeah.
And I think all the years I was doing mixtapes made me understand and listening to people what they wanted from me. Not necessarily what was good, because there's a million different opinions about what is good, but what the people want to hear from me. So when somebody is telling me something that the people want to hear from me, and especially if it's somebody that doesn't even know me, that doesn't even know my last name, never even thought to ask me anything, it's kind of hard for me to be like, okay, I'm going to take your advice, and you're telling me what the world wants to hear from me, and you don't even really know me. Yeah. And that's what the corporate structure does,
So we're going to come to the label in a minute.
All right.
But I guess the lesson that you could give other aspiring artists is the importance of connecting with your audience, the importance of a direct relationship with your audience, and frankly, the importance of grabbing details about your audience, because that forms your future marketing capability. And that's, I think a lot of artists don't think necessarily that way.
Yeah, you definitely have to. You have to build up just the user base. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You build up a bunch of them and you stay connected with them. You act like you care about them. You do things with them. You give them whatever they want. You listen to them and you find out what they want. I used to read every single email. I used to get thousands of emails, but they didn't believe that I was reading all of them. I didn't respond to all of them because I couldn't, but I used to read every single one of them, and you find out the littlest thing from somebody that's way on the other side of the world, or in Cleveland or in Denver, and I used to just listen to everything they said, and then that's how I learned how to what to give them next. They would tell me what they wanted next, and I would give them that.
Yeah.